Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessica Abernathy, and with me today is Trisha Montgomery, and you are listening to Pets Are Family.
Hey, Jonah, don't think that that's like the best behaved dog in the world back there, because he is not. He's in the DOG, the dog house.
Well, literally, that is his dog house, though.
Yeah, you had to bring that up, didn't you? It is his dog house.
That is his dog house. I hate to say that. I don't know how much of a punishment that is, but he kind of looks comfy back there.
He is pretty. I guess it's not like punishment at all. And you've got farts, and I've got bad behavior over here.
My room is so pungent right now, and I can. He's farting to the point where you can hear it. Usually they're like quiet and deathly, and you're just like, oh. No, he's over here farting, and then he like stops snoring, and he just kind of like opens that eye and looks at you, and he's like, huh, and goes right back to sleep.
Did you smell that? Did you smell that?
Yeah. Are you gonna make it, Mom? Are your eyes watering yet?
Oh
and
my gosh.
I just switched his raw food, and I think it's the new raw food that's getting him. Because he hasn't had it till this one.
You think?
And I like the brand too.
Ooh, I don't know. Jessica, I was telling you earlier, you got rain. We have. I said to you, I feel like Noah. I think I'm on the ark, and only Noah is nowhere to be found, and none of the fun 2x2 animals. So
yeah, see, look how green it is.
80 million days of rain, and now it's like dark outside, and it's gonna rain again, and I am done with rain. It's raining and waiting. Florida's supposed to be sunny. I don't know what happened.
Oh, we've got so much rain, and we got rain in the forecast for the next 5 days. It's just hot, steamy outside. You would think I live in Florida, but I don't.
Look at my hair.
You do.
Look at the hair.
Nope,
I do, and it's supposed to be sunny. I know. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but I do know what's going on with this interview. So Jessica, we're going to interview Reec Swiney. He is with Backyards Chickens, and this guy is just so amazingly cool. I cannot wait for you to talk to him. He took a hobby that he really developed during the pandemic, and created this incredible platform for education, for serving his community, for children who may be underserved or in underserved communities, and those who are challenged, and just being able to give back. And he's got chickens and guinea pigs and horses and goats, and he rescues the dogs that are really the undesired. And he works with his family, his girls and their children. I think he's got 5 kids. They all work together. It's just outstanding. Awesome. And he's like this big radio personality out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I love him. I am so excited to talk to him, get to know him more. So let's bring him on.
All right, I'll go get him for you.
Reec, welcome to Pets Are Family. It is such an honor to have you with us today. We are super excited to be talking to you. Reec, you're in Atlanta, and you're the founder of Backyards Chickens, but I think, if I'm correct, this actually started in the pandemic. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it really transformed into like this full-fledged farming venture. So tell me, how did you get started? I find you fascinating. Talk to me about this.
So it got started with, well, first of all, hi guys. It's great seeing you all. This is amazing. I am ecstatic about being on this. You're going to hear a lot of egg or chicken puns. So I'm ecstatic about being on this podcast, and pets are definitely family. So sorry. Excellent. I just needed to say that. I was excited to be here. But how it got started was with 2 chickens. I got 2 chickens during the pandemic because I wanted fresh eggs every day. That was my motivation. I'm gonna get fresh eggs every day because I was the one going to the grocery store. So I won't give y'all the full drawn out story, but I was at the grocery store, no eggs. I love breakfast, right? My family likes breakfast. I'm usually the one that cooks the breakfast. So I went to the store, no eggs. I said, I always liked animals, loved animals. We had dogs and we had a rabbit, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me get some chickens. I can do chickens. So I, looked it up a little bit, and it was a pipe dream. And I was like, I'm not going to get chickens. I ended up going to another store. It's like a store called Ollie's. It's like a everything store, like a small mart, if you will, right?
I know it
So
well.
there we go. So I went in there, and it was a chicken coop just sitting in the middle of one of the aisles. And I was like, what? Okay. One of those little chicken coops, fits like 3 or 4 chickens. So I got the chicken coop. I took it to the counter, and I was like, how much is this coop? And the lady was like, $50. And I was like, nah, this can't be it. I scanned it, and it was supposed to cost like $300. So I was like, I'll take it. I bring the coop home. Me and my small daughter and my middle daughter put it together because I thought, if I don't get chicken, she can use it for like a playhouse outside, give her some outside time, whatnot, right? So the next day, I get up, I look at this chicken coop, and I was like, I'm going to get some chickens. Why not? I go on Craigslist, all these different little buy here, play here, pay here apps and stuff, shopping apps. I found a place that had chickens. So I don't know anything about chickens except for what I've learned from YouTube University. Go get these 2 chickens. They were chickens that came from an egg farm. I had no idea what I'd gotten. So I got 2 golden comet chickens. I didn't know what they were at that time. I just went, the guy told me what they were. He didn't know what they were. I got these chickens. They were in terrible shape. They were missing feathers. They were debeaked. I didn't know any of this stuff that I'm saying now, though. I just thought it was a couple of chickens. So as I'm waiting for these chickens to get, to start laying, he was like, they should start laying. They're young. They should start laying. Not knowing myself, these chickens were actually in molt. So they weren't going to start laying anytime soon. And I just started caring for these chickens and getting used to them and keeping them in. And that's kind of what happened. That's what started everything. So as I learned more and they started laying eggs, I started getting very excited about the process and about what I had and about the care of them. And I built a run. And when I built that run, I have a picture of it still. It was the worst run ever made of all history of runs. I didn't know what I was doing. I had T-posts and chicken wire and just all the wrong stuff, right? And I built this run, and I was so excited about just being able to complete a task and give them a safe space, which I thought at the time was a safe space for them to run around in. I was like, I want more chickens. And then I got a couple of more chickens, and I learned about the chickens I had, and I found out that they were actually rescues. I rescued these chickens, right, from being culled. And I started looking for more chickens, and then that turned into what is now. Fast forward 4 years later, we are at, I think when I talked to you 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, I was at 56 animals. We are at 62 animals now.
Wow.
And yes, yeah, 62 animals now. Almost all of them are rescued. 63 animals now. Almost all of them are rescues. We've got better enclosures, better situations for them, and just educating youth and kids and people along the way through our social media and our nonprofit organization's program called Excellent Adventures.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm fascinated by this. This is crazy. So, Reece, just a question for you. So, I think the last time we talked, you had a pig in distress. Was that right?
Yes, I had a pig.
That? What happened with that?
Yes, what happened was I got a rescue pig, right? And then I got another rescue pig a week later. The first was a male, the second was a female. This is back in March. We set up an appointment to get the male fixed to make him a little more easy to handle, especially we want to train him to take him to kids and stuff like that, right? To some of our youth programming and pet and zoo program. He broke into the female side 2 days before he was supposed to get neutered.
Determined.
The week of my birthday.
Yeah.
Very determined.
That boy had a thing for her. He was just like, bring mama to me.
Mm-hmm. There's no stopping nature. So,
yeah, because like, if you want, I will find her myself.
Right. Didn't think too much of it. What are the odds? 2 days before a couple of days before he gets fixed, what are the odds, right?
Yeah.
Right?
She's not in heat. Nothing to worry about.
Nope.
Very
She
much
got
so to
knocked
worry
up.
about.
Yeah.
2 days before my birthday, July 22nd, I come home, piglets, bacon bits.
Oh.
Right. So the distress one was, she had him while I was here actually at the studio. When I got back, she was just having the last of them. Ended up having 5. One was not doing well at all. So that's what I was doing. I was trying to get him breathing. He had fluid in his lungs. I've done things to this pig that I haven't done to a human being. Like I was trying to do snout to mouth CPR, had the little thing I used to use for my daughter for her boogers. And I know it's not the right word, but that the mucus, I was trying to get it out. No, I wish I had that one. I wish I had the bulb. I had the little straw thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I had the little straw thing. So I'm physically trying to get the fluid out, sucking the fluid out. And I was like, I'm in way too deep. So after 6 hours, I worked on this little guy. He ended up passing. But his brothers and sisters are doing very, very well. She had 2 boys and 2 girls that did live. They're doing very well. They are picking up weight. They're running around. They're very curious. I'm getting them used to me and human interaction because I want to take at least one of them on the journey, to different schools and stuff. So yes, that is the Piglet Journey story.
I love that. Tell us about the work that you do with children. And if I'm correct in saying this, Reece, you're really looking at disadvantaged youth or children with challenges. Is that correct?
Yes, both. So I grew up in a great situation, even when it was turbulent. So I stayed with my mom and then my grandparents up until I was 9. My granddad would hit my mom's dad, my granddad and grandma. They had a little garden. They would allow people to come cut their own stuff out of the garden if they were in a situation where they needed help. He's like, you just got to clean up after yourself. He would go cut people's grass in his retirement for no charge. He would take care of people. He was always say, come on. He called me Bubble. Come on, Bubble. We're going to fix this lady's lights or this person's porch or this person's steps. So it was always something to do, right? As a young person. So I moved with my dad when I was 10, turned 11. He was the same way. He would take care of everybody in the neighborhood. All my friends used to come over. So he was like, you guys need to start something, some kind of business, some kind of club. That's when we came up with Positive American Youth when I was like 12, 13 years old. And fast forward to now in 2008, we incorporated it here in Georgia. That was in New Jersey. I moved here in Georgia on a basketball scholarship, started doing music and then radio, incorporated Positive American Youth. We started doing the same type of events, but just on a larger scale. I was able to get our 501c3 about 6 months later. And we've been rolling ever since with kids programming from anti-bullying to literacy to health and fitness to our food pantry. And we got extensive programs on each front. And every time I find like a love or joy or a need I know that needs to be met, we add that in as a program, right? So that's now we have the animal programming too, to where not only do we have like a petting zoo and a learning program about agriculture and to keep people, I guess, educating people so they won't just get pets and then they end up needing to be rehomed or rescued, right?
Right.
These cute, I want a bunny, it's so cute. Most bunnies end up rehomed or thrown out or discarded, right? Oh, let's get some chickens because everybody has chickens, and then you get a rooster and then you leave them on the side of the road. So we're trying to educate people on what to do in these situations, as well as they're living things that need to be cared for, and they will in turn care for you in certain ways. So we have goats, ponies, pigs, all that stuff, and we take them around to different schools. But we also have our sensory program till we go to some kids, are nonverbal or they're on any end of the spectrum, right? Dealing with autism or different challenges. So we take those kids, they'll come to us mostly. Sometimes we'll go to different places. It's small, more intimate groups, right? And they have interactions with the animals. And when I tell you these kids light up, they show their parents or caregivers or teachers just a whole different side of them. Yeah, one little kid, and this is what made us want to turn into a program. I have a friend of mine who has a child who's nonverbal. He hasn't spoken in like 6-7 months. he makes some noises and does, he communicates the way he wants to, and the way he's comfortable with. But after about 35 minutes, he was outside and he was like, "Oh, chicken." And his mom looked and she was like, "Oh my gosh." She started crying right there. And I was just like, we got to keep this going. That was like the most touching, heartfelt thing I've ever experienced in my life firsthand with these animals and a child. When he was just like, "Oh, chicken." He hadn't spoken, remember, in 6-7 months. So it was huge for him, for his family.
I
That's
just
awesome.
got chills. Literally, Jessica, go ahead.
No, I just said
I get
that's
it every
awesome.
time. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to not to have the waterworks going with on y'all show. But
No,
yeah,
that's
it was
yeah.
an amazing time.
No, that's awesome. My nephew is on the spectrum big time. You know what I mean? So I get that. So it's amazing when somebody could help get them something that can bring out their personality, because it's a lot of times they can't bring it out themselves without an aid. And man, if a chicken can do it, rock on, keep those chickens going, man. That's all I have to say. You keep that little chicken coop going, my friend. Never thought
Absolutely.
about a chicken,
I
but
love
hey.
that.
Right.
But you're also committed to sustainability, and everything that you do is sustainable. And Jessica, this is right up your alley, and our friend Jennifer Blaze from
Yep.
Green Line Pet Supply. I want to know more about the sustainable practices that you're doing right now as well.
Yeah, so we're getting really deeper into it every week. I went back to school. I started in June for environmental management. I'm going back to try to get my master's in that because I want to learn more about it. Even from sustainability when it comes down just to the chickens alone. So we get chickens that would have been cold. So these chickens are at an egg farm, right? Not all of them, but a lot of them. They were at an egg farm. What culling happens is when those chickens they hatch them, the female hens, they take them to the egg farm. Within about a year and a half, they lay like crazy, right? Up until about a year and a half, they hit their first molt. So that's a slow time for them. They stop producing eggs. And what happens on most farms are they kill these chickens, and they're egg chickens, so they can't use them for meat. They won't use them for meat. So they get just cold. They get discarded, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we take those chickens in and then we try to rehome them or we keep them, right? And we say as soon as they come out of their first molt, then they start laying again. And now it's almost like their second chance at life. And then the eggs, we get the eggs, of course, we resell the eggs. And that helps with our, some of the animal care and stuff like that. But even the egg shells and stuff that we use, we crush those and then put them back into their feed for added calcium. Any waste, any food waste, what we've learned is like we have a large family, right? So 5 kids at any given time in the house, just people coming over and stuff like that. Lots of food waste, right? Maybe 3 to 4 trash bags a week. Now I'm down to about a bag of trash a week because almost every single bit of food waste goes to the chickens or the pigs eat everything that they can or should eat, right?
Yeah.
Everything. They have a balanced diet, but then there are trash compactors. And then we have a compost heap as well. So all of that poop from the goats, the pigs, the ponies, the ducks, the guinea fowl, the rabbits, all that poop goes into the compost. And now we're starting to grow things. But we also have people that have like farms nearby because I don't have a green thumb. I have 2 brown thumbs, right? Terrible. I grew some potatoes, the most exciting day of my life, right? But other people do have gardens and stuff, so they can come and just get scoops out of our compost heap for free. We don't charge it. We just want to promote, just a healthier living. So with all that, we trade too. So we say, okay, you got too many tomatoes or you got too many peppers. Hey, I got eggs. Let's trade, and we're trying to build pockets of community, in that and building more sustainability from that. So.
And you're in the Atlanta area, and we know,
Mhm.
I know, coming from the Columbus area, Columbus, Georgia area, where I was with Paws, I know there are many underserved communities within Atlanta and surrounding the Atlanta area. How do you get the word out for education about what you're doing, Reece? how are you spreading the word to let other people know? And can people follow kind of this model that you're doing to create, many excellent adventures across not only Georgia, but everywhere?
I have a cheat code, Trisha. I'm sorry. I work at a radio station, so it's like a cheat code.
Okay, well, that explains now the whole
Right.
backdrop now to me, and the excellent
Right.
microphone that you got going on. I was like, wow, when you got on, I was like, that's really impressive for the Backyard Chicken. I'm like, you have your own podcast, but you just answered all my questions in my head that I wasn't going to answer. Yep.
Right. Yeah, I have a
I
cheat
kind of
code.
knew that, Reece, but I was kind of coaxing you into that, leading you to the.
That
was a great lead in. That was we in radio you get taught to do that. That was A1. No, but no,
Yep.
I work at a radio station. So go ahead.
No, I just realized your sign behind you too. I don't pay attention apparently. That Captain Obvious didn't come through today for me.
Reece, you are a personality. I mean, I look at you. I always look in things of 3 T's: your time, your treasures, your talents. You were given talent. You took that talent, or throughout your your youth, your parents, your grandma, and your mom, and you created something from it. Then you were awarded through your talent a basketball scholarship. You come to Georgia, and now look at what you created. And I'm so impressed by you because you have taken so much of what's been given to you, and now you're giving back to others. And I'm blown away by that. I love that.
I appreciate that. It was put in me early to do that, and I think you have to be born with a certain amount of I want to care about people, and obviously you guys have that. I can hear it in the podcast, the episodes, and the things that you guys are like give your time to. Like you said, I like those 3 T's. I'm gonna steal that. I'm just letting you know though. I'm gonna give you a credit. I learned this from Trisha. So, but no, I you're right. So anytime I've gotten, I guess, a little more notoriety with the entertainment, I've always tried to couple that with something else, right? With giving back. And my thing on entertainment, so it's like they say it's supposed to be 3 things. You're either going to be the funny person, you're going to be the informative person, or you're going to be the friend, right? So it's funny information of the friend. And I just try to be the community person. I like to add in my own thing. So it's like, yes, I can be funny. I can make jokes and all of that stuff too. But my niche, I guess, it wouldn't be like Ricky Lake or Wendy Williams where they're going to do entertainment. I'm the person that tells you where to get free stuff, where to get information or resources and stuff like that. And a lot of times in my area, we're part of those situations. So that's why it's kind of like we have programming that are on different sides of the programming base.
Yeah, but they all feed into each other, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they all match. They all mesh and match. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like Trish and I. I mean, we think about that. We mesh just because it's like it's a giant ball, and they just all kind of fit together. I don't know how to put that right now.
But it rolls. That's how it goes.
Yep.
It does.
I still can't get past the radio show.
How many times, Reece, are you going out and and you're actually kind of, you're not going on tour, but you're going out into the community. And how many times are you doing this per month? And how, when you go out, what seems to be these reactions that you're getting from children and then from the parents who are bringing those kids?
It's always a positive reaction. We haven't got one negative. It's because what I love the most when this one kid is like, I'm not touching that. And then halfway through the program, they're like, "Ooh, can I pet that? Can I pet that dog? Can I pick up that chicken?" Like, and it usually comes like that. It's halfway through, they're like, "Ooh, can I touch that? And can I feel that? And wow, this is nice, right?" And or you get that kid that's like, "What is that? A puppy?" And it's a goat. We're like, "No, this is a goat." And then we go through that. So, but to answer your first question, we do those like once a month, sometimes twice. We don't want to stress the animals out a whole lot, but we also have other programs going too. Like August, an example in August. So the 6th, we are sponsoring our city's national night out where we want to introduce the community to the police, right? In a fun way. So we're doing a free barbecue. We're providing entertainment and music. I'm going to bring the animals out to that so people can see some of the animals, in a controlled environment. So there's going to be a lot going on. Then the next week, we got a mass community food giveaway. So we're going to be giving out a lot of food and groceries to families. And then the next week, I'll be at a school doing a book reading, right? So it's like we're trying to fit all these programs in and do what we can and stay consistent with it and support other people's programs as well.
Yeah. I was just going to say, is it a book you guys wrote? Did you guys write the book?
Yeah, I wrote the book. It's called Ice the Bully. It's a book series. We have 3 of them that are self-published. I didn't write the book to get rich or be on a book tour or anything. It was just I couldn't get my kids to sleep. I have 2 daughters that are close in age, and my previous marriage, she had 2 kids close in age. So we put their names in the book and we wrote a book, right? It was about anti-bullying and fitness, and there's a bunch of people that we know in the book. And the bull character is me, right? Because of some challenges I went through being a new kid in school. Like I said, I moved around when I was younger. So I would be the new kid every year from kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, right? That can present its own amount of possibilities, right? So I will write these challenges into the book and let the new kid or the kid that may feel different or feel like they, may need a little bit of a confidence boost or may have too much confidence, be relatable in that book. So I just take it around to daycares and kids up to 1st grade. It really resonates with them with some of these life skills, right? And we just read the book and we give away toys and goodies to the classes. So we usually do large groups, 50 to 150 kids at a time, reading these books to them. Our Ice the Bully character comes in. We have a mascot. He'll come in and the kids, they have a good time. And then we'll ask questions. Hey, what color were Ice's pants? Or what color was the ball that he played with? And what is a healthy snack? Stuff like that. And then every time they answer a question, they get a free toy. At the end, everybody gets a free toy. So
I am so impressed by you. I love what you created. I love how you're drawing the community and how you're bringing in the animals. Now you're adopting some of these animals out. Is that correct?
Yes. So we do a vetting process. It's mostly been chickens so far. The larger animals, it will be some of these piglets soon. So that's what's gonna happen with those. So it's mostly chickens, some ducks. I have a exchange program with the local farm. So because of how I'm set up, I'm not equipped to have multiple roosters. So
Okay.
I'll bring him roosters. He'll give me more hens. He usually gets hens that are coming from eggplants or from hatcheries that were too old and they will be cold. He gets them and then I get them from him. So, and then we're looking for other people that may want chickens or birds. I met a woman last night. She ordered 4 turkeys from a hatchery. 3 of them didn't make it upon shipping. She had one that was raised by itself. I'm like, hey, come pick up 2 baby chicks to raise with this turkey. So it's been those types of situations as well.
I love that.
Wow.
Now you currently have 63 animals, correct? Can you please name every
63.
one of those? And I need you to name
Okay.
those if you wouldn't mind.
Sorry,
Tell
I
me
would
what
not
they
do that to you. I'm so sorry.
Okay, first we have chicken 1 through 30. So that makes I was kidding.
Do your kids
I give you some of the
participate
fun
in the
names.
name?
I give you.
Okay. Do your children
Oh,
ever
yeah,
participate?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of the most fun names that they've come up with?
Yeah, so my daughters. So all of the dogs that we've ever had have been named after snacks. And most of them are like, coming from shelters and stuff like that. So they may not have a long time with us, but they have a great time. So we've had an Oreo, a Sugar Mama. We've got now a cannoli, and we've got a Samoa, like the Girl Scout cookies, right? Then we had the one dog that was not named after snacks. He just passed, but he lived 10 years. He was only supposed to live like 2. His name was Lucky. So Lucky was my boy. Lucky was a lab that was about, lab's supposed to be about 60 pounds. Lucky was about 140 pounds. So we would get him down and he would fluctuate with weight. And yeah. But he lived out his days and, he was a great dog. So that was Lucky. The pigs are Miss Piggy and Wesley H. Swine, right? And then we have Wesley Jr. because one of the piglets looks just like him. And we haven't named the rest yet, but my daughter is bent on naming these piglets. And I'm like, if we name them, then we got to keep them. I don't want to name all the piglets. So then we have our golden girls. We have Blanche. We have Rose and Blanche, our two golden comet girls, right? We got Checkers, who was a one dot. She's like black and white, big, beautiful chicken. We've got our fluffy bunch. So we got 3 of those, 3 silky chickens. And then we've got our goats, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. Those are 3. They came from the same rescue. And then we got Maisie, Mama Maisie, who is a bully. And she has issues with other goats for some reason, but she's great with people. So she goes with us on some of the excellent adventures. And then we have a new goat. We just got Alfie like 2 days ago. He was a rehome. He was a situation he had to get out of fast. So we got him. And we had to set him up a new enclosure. And I was in the mud, setting him up in the enclosure because goats hate to get wet. So we were doing that. Then we got Jesse and Maggie. Those are our ponies. Funny thing about Jesse, we got Jesse. They didn't know how old Jesse was. They didn't know how old Maggie was. Jesse was a boy, Maggie was a girl. As soon as I got the ponies, I never had ponies before. As soon as we got the ponies, the vet came the next day. She said, "Oh, congratulations, you have 2 girls." So Jesse was not a boy. So luckily she had a unisex name. So Jesse is a girl. And we've got 4 guinea fowl that we will be naming probably this week because I want to name all of them after Disney villains because that's what they look like. They look like Disney villains. So we have those. And we have our rabbits. Wally was found in a Walmart parking lot in a box. So we have him. Domino's, a black and white rehome rescue. We've got Blanca, who was an all-white albino bunny. She was a rescue rehome. We've got Snickers, who was found in the trash. Right. He was found in the trash can. And it was a Snickers wrapper on top of him. Okay. So we've got a bunch of rehome rabbits. And then what else do we? And a bunch of chickens. Chickens and ducks.
I was going to say, Lucky, your one dog that you said is not named after food. The whole time in my head, as you're doing that, I'm like, yes, he is. He's Lucky Charms.
That's it. I'm gonna go with that.
Yep. So I mean, you've got kids, young kids. Yeah. So you named all of them after food, honey. All of them.
We did. Thank you for cleaning that up for me.
First of all, I'm very outstanding. I am just blown away that you accepted my challenge and you had no problems with it. And have you contacted Beyonce and Jay-Z and said, "Hey, we got some animals named after you, and come on down and let's do some."
I want to know when we get a donkey.
Yeah.
I'm having a donkey, and I want him named Monty the donkey. I want a donkey so bad.
See.
Please.
I can't wait. I love that for you. I want you to have a donkey.
I want a donkey. I really want a donkey. Yeah. I think Frank, who is in the doghouse right now, would love a donkey too. I tell him that. Reece, it has been an honor to have you. Oh my gosh. Jessica, do you have anything else that we want to talk to Reece about? Because I can go on forever.
Oh, I could too. I think it's amazing. But yes, when you get a donkey, I definitely want to. Because Trisha is going to lose her mind. She's going.
I know. I can't wait now. We're looking for a mini donkey rescue now because we have dogs. So it's like it's tough having dogs with donkeys, and we got limited space now. We're trying to get a bigger property. We're working on it. Trying to get a bigger property so we can have more rescues and more space, better enclosures, right? Because we got limited space, but we're making the best of it. But a donkey, because donkeys were bred to protect livestock, in certain situations, they have a predisposition to hate dogs or anything that looks like a coyote, right? So it's like we're trying to figure out the spacing and stuff, but a mini donkey will be okay. So we're looking at a mini donkey.
Your area
Love
that
it.
you guys are in, is it open to the public for them to come out and see it? I mean, because it almost sounds like those farms that you see on YouTube, you know what I mean, that you go scrolling through where, you know, it's like, Aunt May, let me feed everybody. You know what I mean? There's like, I follow a couple of them that make me giggle all the time. You know what I mean? But is it open to the public?
Yes and no. We can take small groups because it is very close to where I live at. So it's like right there. So we can take small groups at a time, and they can come and, you know, see the animals. Mostly of it's kids or kids with challenges, right? So we do those. But for the most part, we're coming out to see other people.
Oh, that's awesome. I have no other questions. I'm fascinated.
Fascinated.
We call it
fascinated. I
heartbeat.
cannot.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to Georgia next time to Columbus. I'm stopping in, Reece, and I'm saying hello. And I may be one of those people on the sides, like knocking on your door. Hey, Reece, I'm here. Reece, I want to know
love that.
how can we serve you? We have, first, you're absolutely incredible. How can we serve you? How can our audience serve you? Because I would imagine the more people that know about you, the more people that find out, the more funds. Tell me how our audience and how we at Pet Serve Family can serve you.
I'm terrible at asking for things. So I would say just, you know, follow us on our social media and our, you know, stay tuned to our website and share any of the information. If you learn something or see something that's interesting, just share it with other people, because we can go out to these schools and show these kids different things and try to get the word out about, you know, our mission is to make sure with that program, our mission is to let people understand that these are animals that need to be cared for, loved, and find spaces that they can really be. Even if you're farming for food, there's still an amount of appreciation and respect you're going to have for those animals, right? You're not going to mistreat them or do them in a wrong way. In the situation where they need to be rehomed, and then they're on tour with me for kids. So if you can share any of that information, anybody listening, follow us on all our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our website is all the same at Blackyard Chickens with the Z. I'm so glad I typed that wrong on my TikTok page the first time. That's how I came up with that name. I mistyped Backyard Chickens and then typed Blackyard Chickens with auto type, and everybody loved it, so I kept it. So, so Blackyard Chickens across all social media platforms. If you guys follow it, check out our stories. You'll see different rescue stories pop up. Like Alfie's story is on there right now. And you know, just follow us and share the information, and we love and appreciate that. And if anybody's in the area, if they just like enjoy what we're doing with the nonprofit, always donate on our website, payusa.org. That's payusa.org. All those programs we named are free. We do ask the schools if we're coming out, if it's further out, please just make a donation for travel costs. But we just want to spread the word about what we're doing.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reece. Thank you. You could spend your time with anyone, and we are so appreciative of you, and we're so honored again to have you. And I want to get you back here and find out more about what you're doing and the donkeys that you're going to add for us, and you'll keep them there. And I'm going to come up and visit. It was our honor. Thank you, Reece, for being with us today. We loved having you.
No, it's been my pleasure. And if we do get a donkey before you, we will name the donkey Monty, whether it's a girl or a boy.
There you go. I love it.
I love it. Thank you.
Awesome.
No problem. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the time.
No problem. That was entertaining. I want him to come back. I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Georgia, and I want to go and tour the place. I'm sorry, but that is the best. I want to go down there and tour.
I'm going to be in Georgia for an event for Moose's March, and I'm going to be going down there probably at the end of August, just checking on things before our big event. I'm going to stop by and say hello to him and get one of those tours. He's fascinating. I cannot believe he named. I was actually teasing him, and he named all those animals. You know, what was your favorite name out of all those?
I like the fact that he had like the Beyonce and her crew. I thought that was hilarious. But Miss Piggy was cracked me up. That was a good one because I was a Muppet fan. I mean, and no offense to the younger
Yep.
generation, probably has no idea what I'm talking about, but I love the Muppets. You know what I mean? I love the fact he's going to name the guinea hens after villains up from Disneyland. That made me even laugh more. I do like the fact that he said that he named all his dogs after snacks, and that he was like, nope, Lucky
Yes.
wasn't. And I'm thinking the whole time, Lucky Charms, Lucky Charms, Lucky Charms. I'm like, how is a kid? That was like one of every kid loved Lucky Charms because it had marshmallows in it.
They did. They did. And he's going to name
I
a donkey after me,
after you.
Monty.
You want to know something? I just think that's hilarious. But I had one of my clients that was here in the city, Jeff and his partner. They had like their little herd of animals I took care of here, and they moved to upstate Wisconsin. And they've got llamas, they got what else? They got cats, they had dogs. I want to say, oh, they wound up getting goats. I know that for a fact. And then they got some sheep, not sheep, no, just goats. And their goat, it was cracked me up. They sent me a picture and they named the goat Abernathy after me. And so I was just like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yep,
No,
they named the
wait,
goat after me.
Jessica, I didn't know that goats don't like rain. I had no idea. That was a new one for me. Didn't know that goats didn't like rain.
I knew that. I knew that goats don't like to get wet. I did not know that donkeys don't like dogs. I did not know that one. Oh,
Well, I didn't know that
but
either. So much for
I didn't know
Frank. I'm going to take the donkey over Frank.
that. That's just because it's because I haven't had a puppy in a very, very long time. And going from Teddy to puppy, I mean, it's just been a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yes, it is. I think we should talk about that on our next podcast, is the things that we don't know, and we think that we're such veterans. We think we know so much. I think I know so much. Oh, are you serious? I don't know anything. Nothing did I know. Yeah. So I'm going to
We
admit
do
that
know
I
a
was just,
lot.
gee, I know a lot, but not a lot about having a puppy. That is for sure.
I think what's different for you and I is the fact that we do know what to do. We just don't have patience enough with our own. You know what I mean? We could tell
I
everybody what they should be doing, but when it's that rock thing, you know what I mean? I got to throw a rock through my own window, and it's like, oh man, you know what I mean? It's the patience. I mean, I'm like, I work in the animal field. I tell people what they do. I help educate them all day long. I've potty trained 100 bazillion dogs. Yeah, but potty training mine,
but when it
who
comes
looks
to
at me,
us, nope,
yeah,
can't do it.
yeah.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah,
I
I mean,
just,
I can't. And it's like everything that I've told you to do, you're doing, only I can't take my own advice. What's that
right.
about?
Right. That's exactly it. I totally get it. That's exactly my problem. Yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
when my daughter was young, I was like a helicopter mom, and I'm like, that's what I'm doing with this guy. I'm being a helicopter mom, and it's not working.
I'm not
Oh
a
my
helicopter
God.
mom with him, but that pee thing is going to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh my goodness. I know. I know. Well, Jessica, we got some great stuff coming up here. I don't know when this episode is going to be airing, but we're going to be heading off to Super Zoo soon. Going to be
We're
doing
both
some
going to be
fun
there.
interviews. And then you've
Yep.
got a conference in August. You're coming my way to Naples, and this
Oh,
Pet
I
City
think I'm
conference.
only
We've
going to be
got.
about a half an hour from you.
I know. I'm
I
very
think.
excited.
Yeah, I'm going to be really
Yay!
close. Yeah.
Well,
I,
it was just a great day today. I loved it. I love interviewing Reece. I can't wait to go see him. And I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. We loved having him.
yeah, he was amazing. I think, like you said, I think he should come back. So it'll be a
I
lot
do
of fun
too.
when he does. We should check in and see how
Yeah.
many more heartbeats he has. That's what we call it, heartbeats, because we don't need to
Oh,
know what it is. We just need to know how many heartbeats there are in the house. So,
I love
yep, I
that.
agree. So,
Okay.
So, yep. And so,
Okay.
yep, we'll definitely have them back. So you have a great week. We'll talk to everybody else next week, and we'll see you later, guys. Mwah. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Pets Are Family. You can find us on all the channels now. Yes, all of the channels now. So make sure you share us with your friends, your families, and your coworkers, and anybody that has a pet. Make sure you like us, give us your feedback, tell us if anything that you want us to talk about, all that fun stuff. You can reach me at jessica@petsourfamily.net or trisha@petsourfamily.net. Thank you for everything that you guys do, but make sure you like us, subscribe, check us out on YouTube. You can always see what we're up to. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, all of the people that support us. We love every one of you, and we can't thank you enough. And remember, check out Moose's March, moosesmarch.com, moosesmarch.com. Come check us out. Talk to you guys soon. We'll see you next week. Bye.